So on the previous page, we acknowledged standard form. And now what we're going to do is kind of do the same thing, but it's in a little bit different form. So it's called vertex form because you're going to be able to find out that right away, just like that, you can find the vertex. So in order to find the vertex, you take the opposite of that number and the y value. Now, once you know the vertex, you can just come over here, and that is your vertex, okay? Now that you know that that's your vertex, these two numbers match, these two numbers match, and these two numbers match. So remember what I need you to do. I need you to show me the first one. Well, probably not the last one here because it's the same value. Actually, I'll just give you the first. Let's make it the first two. So make it this one. So we'll go -1 minus 2 squared plus 3, -3 squared plus 3. Show all your work. Because even though you're allowed to use a calculator, you have to still make sure you show me that you don't need a calculator. Since that's 12, this is 12. Now I'm going to try 0. So I'm going to plug in 0. So I'm going to go 0 minus 2 squared plus 3. 0 minus 2 is -2 squared plus 3. When you square a negative, it turns positive, and that's 7. Since that's 7, that's 7. Now what you can do is you can just pick up your calculator at this point, and you can just use your calculator. So you can pick 1 or pick 3. So I'm going to copy it exactly how it is. Parentheses, 1 minus 2, end parentheses. The squared button is right here, and then plus 3, enter. And since that is 4, that is 4. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go -112. Now -112 is off the graph. Since -112 is off the graph, you don't have to graph it. So 0, 7, I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go right 1, up 4, right 2, up 3. That's my vertex. Now it's going to match, and it's going to match. Make sure you identify the x-intercepts. But if you can see, there are no x-intercepts, so you'll circle that there aren't any. The y-intercept is here, so you're going to show it here, and you're going to show it there. And then you'll show the vertex, which is here and there, and make sure you draw the axis of symmetry. Okay? Let's do one more, and then I'll let you do the rest. Okay? Let's do the fraction one. So I know that the vertex is the opposite of that number and that number. So boom, there's -4, 1. Now I know that this will match, and this will match. So I'll plug in -1 first. So I'm going to take -1 and put it in for x. So I'm going to go -1 plus 4 squared plus 1 times 1/2. This is definitely going to be a workout, but you'll be okay. -1 plus 4 is 3. Squared is 9 times 1/2 is 9/2. If you didn't know that, what you'll do is you'll pick up your calculator and you'll go 1 divided by 2 times 9, and it's 4.5. But if you second PRB it, it's 4.5. So I'll just write 4.5, and 4.5 plus 1 is 5.5. So if this is 5.5, this is 5.5. So now that we did -1, I'll do -2. 1/2. Now make sure that you show all of your work. -2 plus 4 is 2. Squared is 4. Half of 4 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. Since this is 3, this is 3. And now what you can do is just pick it up and use your calculator. Now if you're going to use your calculator, you've got to do parentheses 1 divided by 2. And then parentheses -3 plus 4 squared plus 1. And it tells you 1.5. Now you're going to come over here and you're going to graph it. Okay? And when you graph it, you're going to go right 1, up 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 is right in the middle. That's -1 though. And then -2, 3. 1, 2, 3. -3, 1.5 is 1, 2, 3, 1.5. And then now we know it matches, and it matches. You do this. You show that there's no x-intercept. You show that there's no y-intercept there. And then you make sure you circle the vertex and draw the axis of symmetry. So now I want to be clear what your homework is. Your homework is to finish number 2, 4, 5, and 6. Make sure you get that done.